is more metaphysics, and I think the soul is something more than just something that can be explained. I don't think you will ever be able to get a soul and look at it under a microscope. Or these spirits, I should say, because it's not necessarily, say, the Christian idea of a soul. It's a spirit, a sort of force, if you like, that does impermeate everything, and that's where the objects with spirits and animals with spirits and people with spirits come from. I'm sorry, I don't know if that answers your.
Well, I was sort of confirming what you were saying, actually.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could. Again, that's my opinion. If you think it through, and that's what your conclusion comes up as, perfect, because that's what people need to do, is think. Thinking outside the box is the term, I think. And thinking inside the box sometimes too. But thinking, for God's sake.
Well, there's this movie called What to Believe, and it basically confirms a lot of what you say, but...
Oh, yeah, I don't know that. But What to Believe?
Yeah.
Is that the name? Believe?
Yes.
B-L-E-E-V? Okay, I'll have a look at that. Can you make a note of... Oh, sorry, yes.
Will your app be available on the Android platform?
On the who?
Android?
No, it's only for iPhone right now.
Okay, he knows. I just tell them what to do, and then they make it happen.
You can use
hang on,
you can use a QR reader though on anything.
So, if everything has a soul, wouldn't that make vegetarians genocidal bastards
No.
because they discriminate?
No,
No.
no.
Are you sure?
I think to be a genocidal anything, you'd have to actually try to wipe out the entire species. Isn't that the point of it?
Yeah.
I think if you're just naturally feeding, which all creatures do, even plants, then it's probably not quite so judgmental as that. This is right. I'm sorry, this chap in the red, and then I'll get
So I guess what you're saying is that there's aspects of another reality which are intruding and manifesting themselves in this reality. That's what you're saying. Right?
If you like, I think reality is kind of closing it in a little bit. This reality, that reality, it's all the same reality, just sometimes you can see it and sometimes you can't.
It's like UFOs and whatever, they are manifesting themselves into this reality.
Yeah, but if you think about it, if a UFO was from a different planet, say in the Zorkon galaxy, it's still part of this reality. If we could fly faster than light, we could go there and maybe pass them through any dimensional bond. Is that a term? You know what I mean? It's like it's all reality, and it's all connected, so there isn't there and here. It's all here. But sometimes you see it and sometimes you don't. Sorry.
Yeah. So about all this work that you've done at Barnsley, how do you feel like this could actually be effective in society later on? Like, where is this going?
That's the problem.
We don't know where it's going?
We don't know, right? I was interrupted.
Okay.
My research was kept, and that's what we need. We need to go onto the website, entergodslake.com.
Or they could visit your blog at
My
declangray.com.
blog, declangray.com, and help me find it. You go on this website. They will say, look here. Go there. Find out what's there. If you see something that looks interesting branching off, go there. And that's what we need. That's what we need. That's the research I did. I did it by grubbing about in the dirt. I want you guys to do it by sitting in a dark cellar somewhere with a bag of chips and some pop. Or not. I'm sorry. I'm just playing with your head now. But yeah, do it. Don't do it at work. Okay? Do it in your spare time. Just a warning. Yeah, do it and see what you come up with. Get back to us. You'll be able to contact me by my blog. I'll be updating it, and we'll see if we can find out what it is going to do. Because I don't know. If I knew, I could say, oh, it's going to be this. Run. But I can't. That's why I need you guys. Otherwise, I'd be a millionaire.
Okay, well, is there anywhere you could like, point us in the right direction or something?
Yes, go to my
Just the
website.
website?
That's all you need to do, really. I mean, you could travel to Panama if you want, but it's kind of expensive, probably cheaper to use my website. Everything that I found, as I say, everything is on the web. You've got the Wikipedia.
Yeah, Wikipedia, that's the
Okay.
start.
You've got, you've got everything you need to find this stuff. Everything I tell you has been documented. You just got to join the docs. So, someone else had their hand up. Okay, you.
Yeah, but get it.
No, I'm not going to make any judgments on each.
No, none of this. This is getting into criticisms of Plato. And not the doughy stuff. Okay, don't you think, like, kind of, that the object, calling something the object, isn't that just kind of an artificial division? What classifies something as separate
Did
from
I call
another?
it an object?
Well, you said that
Didn't
the
I
soul is
say
in
that?
the object, or the
I
animal,
said it
which
was
is an object.
inanimate objects.
Yeah.
As opposed to, well, I could have listed all the inanimate objects I can think of, but that would take ages, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of just a generalized, all-encompassing thing. I could have said inanimate and animate objects, but that would take in animals too, right? But I said animals, sorry.
No, but I mean, in general, isn't it just kind of an artificial division? The door isn't an object, the building is the sky, you know?
Yeah. Well, where does a building stop? I mean, if you go to, if you walk out of this door, you can get to Union Station without leaving the... So is this all the same building? This is where it's hard to differentiate. Think smaller, I would. The objects that I've seen that have happened, I've really only seen animals, but there is a huge belief out there that it's inanimate, your general inanimate object. That could just be a tree. Trees don't generally ambulate. So, rocks. I would tend more towards natural objects than formed objects. Kind of like, I'm alive, but if someone gets me and mashes me up and makes me look like a zebra, I'd probably be dead by then. Right? So if you think about it, if you're grabbing a bunch of gypsum rock, crushing it up and making concrete and then building a building with it, maybe you've changed the object. Maybe it's only nature. That's stuff I don't know. If someone said they knew that, then they'd probably be lying. If they said, I know that, give me $1 million and I'll tell you the secret, they are lying. But all I want you to do is think about this stuff. All I want you to do is look for this stuff and then tell me and I'll take the credit. No, I'm kidding. Sorry for that.
So would the soul be the same or different than spirit, which permeates everyone and everything?
You're getting a bit sort of, what is a soul? Christians have an idea of what a soul is. I'm sure the religions have an idea what a soul is. Some people don't think we've got one. Spirit, soul, for me is synonymous. I don't know what they are. Maybe they are midi-chlorians or vibrating atoms or something even more beautiful. Maybe it's something that you're the spirit and personality of your parents join together and create you in the moment of conception. Who really knows? Who really cares what it is in many ways? I'm more interested in the fact that it is and how it can affect our lives. I read stories as a folklorist. I hear stories, I listen to stories, I prefer to listen to stories because then I'm getting something directly from someone else. Maybe that's part of the soul that they're passing on. For many years, societies who could write, who had access to writing, didn't. Romans had writing. Celts didn't have a written language. It was all verbal, and they felt that that was more important. They didn't want to learn Roman Latin, if you like, to tell their stories. They wanted to tell people. You go to the First Nations peoples, and they have a very strong tradition of passing down stuff. Even 400 years ago, in Renaissance England, most people couldn't write. Most people told their stories and listened to things. There's a law in England that if your evidence could be your memory. You could say, I remember that old John stole my friend's cow and said he would give him money for it, and he didn't. And that would be evidence. Because they didn't write, they had great memories. They could remember all sorts of things. Everything almost. And that is because of they were used to hearing once and not going back over it to get into their mind. And that's where story is, and that's why for me, the old tradition, maybe they're giving you something, and maybe that something is part of their spirit. I don't know. But that's just kind of what I don't know how much time you've got left.
One question maximum, sorry, maybe one more question? Then
well, I don't know. I'm pretty much talked out. But, we will be at the booth upstairs, Zero's booth. Is that the name of it, or what is it called?
That's your booth.
My booth.
Declan Gray.
I've got a booth. No, sorry. I'm going crazy now. But yeah, we will be there tomorrow. Come and ask questions. I'll tell you what I know and what I don't know and hope to find out. Okay, thank you very much.